Ladies and gentlemen, this is my mock draft 3.0, and this is actually the third time I have to film this because the first time I was stuttering too much, the second time I got it completed, and then the Orlando Brown trade happened. And so now I got to make an updated version of this. So just some quick things before we get into this one. This will be my final solo mock draft of the year. I'm going to try to post a second round and possibly third round to this mock before the draft on Thursday. And then also I have another two-person mock with me and one of my friends where we'll alternate picks. I'm picking odd picks. He's picking evens picks, and he's a Bills fan. And yeah, so that should be the videos coming out before the draft. I'm planning on posting reactions to the draft for the entire first round, and then a reaction for my favorite team, the Denver Broncos. I'm a Broncos fan, so I'll be reacting to every one of their picks. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump into this. As always, remember, Jesus is king, and let's get into this. With the first pick, the Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence, quarterback out of Clemson. We all know that this is the pick. Let's be honest, it's locked in. Probably the best quarterback prospect we've seen since Andrew Luck. Just great arm accuracy, ball placement, decision making. He can make all the throws. I mean, what can't you say about Trevor Lawrence? It's the obvious number one pick. And number two, I think the Jets are going to, I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that they're going to take Zach Wilson out of BYU. Personally, to me, I have Justin Fields as my number two quarterback. That's who I think they should take, but I don't think they will, so I think it's going to be Zach Wilson. But personally, I think it should be Justin Fields. But Zach Wilson offers great athleticism and escapability. He has a huge arm. He throws great on anticipation. The only problem that I had with Zach Wilson is the lack of competition he played. Not his fault, just the scheduling, but he did play Coastal Carolina, and he did struggle a little bit in that game. But, you know, when he gets to the Jets, hopefully they give him some help so he can help that franchise turn around. With the third pick, I think it's going to be Mac Jones. From all the reports I'm hearing, it could be Mac Jones. If they took Justin Fields, I wouldn't be surprised. I think they should. But I think from all the reports I'm hearing, I think it's going to be Mac Jones out of Alabama. Mac Jones is a good leader, and he's smart. He plays the position very, very smart, and he's good at going through his progression. He doesn't have the greatest arm, but it's not terrible either. Just needs to work on some mobility and escapability from the pocket. But when he does stay in the pocket, he's a strong passer in there. With the fourth pick, I have the Falcons taking Kyle Pitts. I don't have anyone trading up to number 4 because I feel like the price to go up to 4 is going to be a lot, especially after what San Francisco paid to go up to 3. So I have the 49ers just standing pat. I don't think anyone's going to trade up, and I don't really think they should. I think they should take Kyle Pitts. He can play wide receiver. He can play tight end. He's just a freak athlete, very tall and lengthy. He's a versatile receiver, can play tight end, can play receiver. He can stick his hand in the ground. He can block. He's got very good hands. This dude is a beast, going to be a top 5 tight end. And that offense, Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Todd Gurley if they re-sign him. That offense is going to be scary. I don't think they take a quarterback because of Matt Ryan's contract, and I think they take the probably arguably best player behind Trevor Lawrence in the draft in Kyle Pitts. With the fifth pick, I have the Bengals taking Penei Sewell, offensive tackle out of Oregon. If they don't take Sewell here, they are idiots. I know Joe Burrow said he wants Jamar Chase. I know there's reports of the Bengals trading or wanting to draft Jamar Chase. If they do, they're stupid. They need to protect Joe Burrow. That scar on his leg is insane from his surgery. Protect him. He doesn't have any protection. Penei Sewell is a very athletic tackle. He can play both left and right. He's very versatile. He's dominant on inside block. He's going to maul the defensive lineman, and he gets off the line quickly. This dude is a beast. And this is, to me, is a no-brainer pick for the Bengals. And we have our first trade. It's my favorite team, the Denver Broncos, trading up with the Dolphins. So we received the 6th overall pick, and the Dolphins get the 9th overall pick and the 71st overall pick. Now, I do want to get a few things clear here. I'm a Drew Lock fan, so if we stick with Drew Lock this season, I'll be okay with it. But I'm also a huge Justin Fields fan, and I wouldn't mind if we were to draft Justin Fields. And also, I saw a report somewhere. I looked for it, couldn't find it, but I'm pretty sure I saw the Dolphins are comfortable staying at 6 and they're not going to trade out of the pick. But George Payton and the Dolphins GM, I'm pretty sure, worked together at some point, and they might be able to strike a bargain for the Broncos to move up if Peyton likes a quarterback. I was selecting Justin Fields, my second best quarterback in this draft. Just a huge arm. He's elite at throwing on the run. He's got mobility and escapability. He can extend the plays with his legs. Only downside is he can sometimes be overconfident in his arm and hold the ball for too long. But some things that you can try to coach out of him. And I think Justin Fields is just too phenomenal of a talent for us to pass up on, especially with how potent our offense is right now. With the 7th pick, I have the Lions getting Ja'Marr Chase, wide receiver out of LSU. I don't have him selecting a quarterback. I do believe they want to try to give Jared Goff a shot, and they lost Kenny Golladay and Marvin Jones in free agency. So pick up the best receiver in the class. He's an elite route runner. He's got elite speed. He's got great hands. He's great after the catch, and he's good in the run game. He's able to block very well, and to me, this would be a phenomenal pick here for the Lions. Give Goff a weapon. You got DeAndre Swift, Kerryon Johnson, you got TJ Hawkinson. Just add the number 1 receiver in that offense in Ja'Marr Chase. And we got our second and final trade to the Patriots. The Patriots get the 8th overall pick and the 151st overall pick. And the Panthers get the Patriots' 1st and 2nd rounders, being 15th overall and 46th overall. And the Patriots move up to get Trey Lance. Cam Newton isn't it. Obviously, Jarrett Stidham isn't their guy. And, to me, Trey Lance is the perfect quarterback to develop. He hasn't developed any of these bad habits, so you can try to coach him the way you want so he doesn't develop bad habits. And he does need time to develop as a passer, so sit behind Cam Newton and just work on his skills. And then when next season rolls around or Cam Newton just isn't performing, you put him in and you try to develop him as your franchise quarterback. He's got great mobility. He can put some great velocity under his balls. And just lob the thing up, and he shows flashes of deep pass accuracy. And, man, Trey Lance, watch out for the Patriots again. Obviously, they're going to need some receivers. N'Keal Harry ain't it. Julian Edelman retired, but this is a step in the right direction in getting Trey Lance. With the 9th overall pick, I have the Dolphins selecting DeVonta Smith, wide receiver out of Alabama. Clearly the second best receiver in the class, and honestly, the only criticism that people have is his height, and I just don't like that criticism. He's got elite fundamentals. He plays very big. He'll go up. He'll make the catch. He had a historic season at Alabama. That's why he won the Heisman. But, he does struggle with catching in traffic, I will say. But, I think he is a phenomenal player, and, man, I think that the Dolphins would love to reunite DeVonta and Tua, and yeah, this would be a phenomenal pick. Trading back again, getting even more capital, man, the Dolphins be dealing. With the 10th pick, I have the Cowboys selecting Patrick Surtain, cornerback out of Alabama. He's a tall, lengthy corner, and he is great at covering the boundary, but that's what he needs to do. If you put him in the slot, he's going to get burned deep. So with the Cowboys draft him, which I think they should, reunite Trevon Diggs and Patrick Surtain. Surtain needs to cover the boundary. If he's placed in the slot, he will get burned deep by slot wide receivers, and that is just something that absolutely would be killer for the defense. He needs to play the boundary, and if he does that, I think he'll be a great corner in the NFL. With the 11th pick, I have the Giants selecting Jaylen Waddle. I know they signed Kenny Golladay, but imagine this is going to be the make or break year for Daniel Jones. If he has Jaylen Waddle, Kenny Golladay, Saquon Barkley, they've beefed up that offensive line, Evan Ingram. If he can't produce some sort of success, it is going to be time to move off of Daniel Jones. Give him a final year. I'm okay with that. But if he can't produce, it is time to find a new quarterback for the Giants. With the 12th pick, I have the Eagles selecting Jaycee Horn, cornerback out of South Carolina. They would like to trade up, maybe again for a wide receiver or a quarterback. Unfortunately, I didn't see that happening. And they get Jaycee Horn, a cornerback that I'm pretty high on. He's been my number 3 corner for a while, and then with the Caleb Farley back injury, he's become my number 2 corner. And yeah, he's a tall, lengthy corner. He's a very strong corner, and he also matches up with those X receivers outside on the boundaries a lot. I feel more comfortable with putting Horn in the slot. I do prefer him outside on the X receiver, but if he needs to go in the slot, I would feel confident in him playing there. With the 13th pick, the Chargers are ecstatic that Rashawn Slater fell to them at 13. He was dominant against Chase Young in 2019. His footwork is elite. He cuts off edge rushers, and this guy is going to be an elite tackle. And as a Broncos fan, this worries me how we're going to rush the passer with Von Miller and Bradley Chubb. One of them's got to go up against Rashawn Slater, and whoever that's going to be is going to have a difficult time. He will protect Justin Herbert for the next 13 years, something like that. With the 14th pick, the Vikings are happy selecting Christian Darrisaw, offensive tackle out of Virginia. He's great size, length, and mobility. He'll be an instant impact player on that Vikings offensive line. He's elite in both pass blocking and run blocking. And if he needs to play guard or you need him to pull, he has the athleticism to be able to pull. And this guy is just going to be a beast for the Vikings. With the 15th pick, I have the Panthers selecting Caleb Farley, cornerback out of Virginia Tech. Now, the only reason he fell this far is because of his injury. His back injury, and he's got great size, length. He's very elite and quick. He's got great athleticism, great in man-to-man, and this is your slot corner. If you want a slot corner, and Caleb Farley is your slot corner, it's just the injury concern that I have him falling. And man, could you imagine the Panthers trading back, getting a second-round pick, and grabbing Caleb Farley? Man, that'd be a great day. That'd be a great day. He was once linked to the Panthers at the 8th overall pick, and getting him at 15, that'd be a great pick for the Panthers. With the 16th pick, I have the Cardinals selecting Micah Parsons, linebacker or edge rusher out of Penn State. Before the Cardinals fans yell at me, he can be used as an edge rusher. If he is used as the edge rusher, I think he is the best edge rusher in this class. But if you use him at linebacker, he needs to improve at coverage because he's a very raw talent. He needs to be able to cover better. But if he's rushing the passer, he's rushing the quarterback, he is one of the best. And just take time to develop. And if this happens, it's kind of funny because the Cardinals took Isaiah Simmons last year, who can be used as a linebacker or a safety. And if they take him, Micah Parsons, he can be used as a linebacker or edge rusher. So these very versatile players that can be used in multiple positions. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals took him. With the 17th pick, I have the Raiders taking Tevin Jenkins, offensive tackle out of Oklahoma State. I do go to Oklahoma State, and let me tell you, this guy's a beast. I think, unfortunately, he's going to my division rival Raiders, but man, this dude is the beast, and he's got great size, frame. He bullies edge rushers, and he has the ability to play both tackle and guard. He might switch to guard in his pro career if they need him to, but he's just a very good athlete, so he has the ability to play both tackle and guard. And so far, the AFC West is loading up on tackles. Orlando Brown just got traded to the Chiefs. Rashawn Slater, who I had mocked to the Chargers, and now Tevin Jenkins. Man, it's going to be tough to rush the passers in the AFC West. With the 18th pick, I have the Dolphins selecting one of my favorite players. If the Broncos don't go quarterback, this is who I want them to go. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah out of Notre Dame. The best pure linebacker in this draft. He is an explosive player. He's not afraid to go up and hit the running back, hit the quarterback. He is great in coverage, and he is the perfect and has the ideal fit to play a Mike linebacker in the NFL. Man, if the Broncos get him, I'll be happy. This guy is a beast, and let me tell you, Dolphins fans should be happy about picking this guy up. Not only did they get a trade back, pick up a third-round pick, and get DeVonta Smith, but they also get Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Man, they would be having a great draft. 19th. Okay, I thought I skipped one. At the 19th overall pick, I have the Washington football team selecting Zaven Collins, linebacker out of Tulsa. My third linebacker in this draft class. And let me tell you, I've seen this guy play in person. Dude, this guy is a workhorse. He has great size and length. He has great power to get to the backfield. He has a high football IQ. He's a very versatile player. If you need him to pass rush, he can pass rush. If you need him to cover, he can cover. This guy is a beast, and yeah, dude, this guy would be a steal. I think he should go in the first round. A lot of people think that he's overrated, and not a lot of people are as high on him as I am. But man, I am high on Zaven Collins. He's my third best linebacker in this class. With the 20th pick, I have the Bears selecting Elijah Vera-Tucker, offensive lineman out of USC. He's both versatile as a guard and a tackle. He's very athletic. He kicks out to the side very well, opens up, get ready to block. He's very competitive. He can block anybody. I see him. If the Bears need a tackle, they'll play him at tackle. If they name him as a guard, he can play as guard. And just one of the most versatile offensive linemen in this draft class. With the 21st pick, I have the Colts selecting Christian Barmore, defensive lineman out of Alabama, the best defensive lineman in this class. He's a great run gap defender. He excels in that swim move. Can get to the backfields, disturb the run, disturb the pass, and he can play in both the 1 and 3 techniques. So, however you need him, he can play. So, absolutely a great pick for the Colts. With the 22nd pick, now I know the Titans mostly get their offensive done through Derrick Henry, but you don't want A.J. Brown double teams when you do pass, so pick up Rashad Bateman. He's got great speed. He's a great route runner. He's tough. He's got great ball skills. He'll track the ball. He'll go up. He'll make the catch. Absolutely a fantastic pick for the Titans. 23, got Azeez Ojulari, edge rusher out of Georgia, going to the Jets. He'll play all 3 downs on defense. He's very athletic. He can get off the edge quick. He's got a high motor. He'll go in. He'll sack the quarterback. Could the Jets go receiver? Yeah, unfortunately, Rashad Bateman went off. So if they were to pick a receiver in the first round, I'd have them trade down from this spot. Who would come up? I don't know. But I've been going with my top edge rusher in this class, and Azeez Ojulari. Not counting Micah Parsons, Ojulari is, in my opinion, the best edge rusher in this class, and he's been underrated coming out of Georgia. He's been slept upon, in my opinion. At 24, I'm pretty sure we all have this in our mocks. Najee Harris, the running back from Alabama, going to the Steelers. He's got elite power. He's going to break the tackle. He can run between the tackle. If he needs to pick up a short gain, he'll go pick it up. He'll fall forward. He'll pick up the first down. He'll power through. This guy's a beast, and man, I like him. He's my running back 1, and if the Steelers pick it up, I think it's a great pick. I think it's a great pick for that pickup for that offense. 25, I have Trevon Moehrig, safety out of TCU. Going to the Jaguars. He's great in the coverage skills. He's a versatile player. He can be used in multiple positions. Only thing he needs to work on is his run stopping. He flies up. He likes to hit the quarterback. He's a very physical corner. He's great at coverage, but he does need to work on stopping the run. That is his biggest downfall, but he is by far the best safety in this class, going to help that Jaguars defense. At 26, I have Penei, who is an absolute beast off the edge. He has high speed. He's great power. He just needs more development. And who better to develop him than Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney? I think Clowney's going to be a 1-year rental, so learning from Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney would be absolutely beneficial. And then in the next few years, they got Penei to absolutely terrorize the NFC North, to terrorize Lamar Jackson. Ben Roethlisberger, if he's still there. Joe Burrow. I think this would be a fantastic pickup. At 27, I have the Ravens selecting Alex Leatherwood, offensive tackle out of Alabama. They just traded away Orlando Brown, so I'm assuming they're going to want to pick up another tackle. He can play both tackle and guard. He's a great run defender. He's also a great pass defender. Only thing is he's a little bit stiff in the legs, so he might have to play guard. But I think they're going to want him to play tackle, and obviously they traded away Orlando Brown, so they're going to need a tackle. At 28, I have the Saints selecting Greg Newsome, cornerback out of Northwestern. He has great size. He can track the ball very well. He'll go up. He's got the athleticism to go up, catch the ball at its peak. The only thing that concerns me for Greg Newsome is his durability. Hasn't been available, has gotten hurt a lot. And so that's my only concern with it. But if he can stay healthy, this will be a phenomenal pick for the Saints. With the 29th pick, I have the Packers selecting Kadarius Toney, wide receiver out of Florida. They didn't draft a receiver last year, and they got criticized for it heavily. Give Aaron Rodgers someone else to throw to. Davante Adams is great, but imagine Davante Adams with Kadarius Toney in the slot. Dang. Because Toney has got elite speed. He's able to separate from the defender very well. Yeah, place him in that slot. He doesn't have the greatest route tree, needs to work on his route running, but he is electric and fun to watch on the field, and pairing him up with Davante Adams would be a scary sight, and this would be a great pick for the Packers. With the 30th pick, I have the Bills picking Rondale Moore, wide receiver out of Purdue. You know, this guy he can play in both the pass run games. He plays special teams. If he needs to take a sweep, you can give him the sweep. He plays well in the slot, but, you know, they got Emmanuel Sanders, who I think is going to be a one-year rental. Then it'll be Rondale Moore. The only problem with Rondale Moore is he should go higher. He has a big injury concern as well, and it might make teams a little bit skeptical to draft him in the first round. But, you know, if the Bills want to take a receiver, which my friend who's a Bills fan has told me there's reports of that, I think this would be a great pickup and a great compliment to Stephon Diggs. With the 31st pick, I have the Ravens selecting Jaylen Phillips, edge rusher out of Miami. You know, he's effective in the run and pass game. He's got great size, length, and power. He's got great technique, and he'll be able to get there and sack the quarterback. I think I'm not as high on Jaylen Phillips as a lot of people are, but I think he's a great talent. You know, obviously Gregory Rousseau was the number one edge rusher here for a while, and then he kind of fell off, and came Jaylen Phillips because obviously Rousseau opted out, and unlike Rousseau needs time to develop. Jaylen Phillips can fill in right away and just be an instant impact to that Ravens defense. And with the 32nd pick, I have the Buccaneers selecting Terrace Marshall Jr., wide receiver out of LSU. You might be thinking, Parker, you're crazy. They already got Mike Evans. They already got Chris Godwin. Well, yes, they do, but that didn't stop the Cowboys when they had Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup of taking CeeDee Lamb. That didn't stop the Broncos when we had Cortland Sutton and Tim Patrick to take Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler. This guy plays well outside. He's got great size, great hands and ball skills, can run routes very well, and he's great on what he does after he catches the ball. This would be scary. Imagine an offense of Tom Brady, the Bucs offensive line, Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, Terrace Marshall, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin. Dude, Bucs are repeating if that offense happens. I'm sorry. And that defense is staying together. Shoot, man, I think they're going to repeat if that happens. But yeah, let me know what you think of my mock in the comments. And hopefully, I'm excited for draft day. I'm excited to see what happens. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you later in the week. Peace out.